There you are. Do not... There you are, Vestige. We must speak at once. Listen well. I have located a safe harbor from which we might plan our course of action. I awoke in a city of Bretons, its air heavy with the smells of bacon.
Fool! Your interference will not be tolerated.
Welcome to Daggerfall. Roy, where is he? Why did he send a stranger in his place? Dead. Mara's hands. Let me look at that note. It's our... Just don't try to play me for a fool. But with Roy dead, I don't seem to have much of a choice.
You hear about the contract? Investigating the Grey Host is like trying to wrestle an angry spirit. Anyway, the Raven Watch could certainly use the help. The Raven Watch is dedicated to curtailing the activities of unscrupulous vampires. And the Grey Host is as unscrupulous. Hey, I was doing stuff before you showed up. Look, there's a new Grey Host. One of their original leaders may be in charge. And they're experimenting. Everything I learned up to now points in the same direction. Bankerai Garrison. There's a scholar named Lorette Deal there who may be able to tell us more. My research has uncovered pieces, but I hope the scholars at the Bankerai Garrison can put the puzzle together. My research indicates a council ruled the Grey Host. One of those leaders fell out of favor, and in the ancient past, the Grey Host sought to use life energy to draw souls into containment vessels called stone husks. Probably, but nothing that can't wait. Let's take the cart to the Bankerai. I suppose you wouldn't have heard of us. We are a bit secretive. Now's probably a good time to tell you. I'm a vampire. Not nearly enough, and we're stretched pretty thin. Investigating this on my own didn't seem prudent, so I requested aid, and now here you are, offering it. I'm hoping a scholar of ancient Bankerai battles named Lorette Deal, or one of her colleagues, can tell. The priests have this old holy text that claims St. Helen leapt off the garrison's walls, landed among the host, asked Stendar for endless blood. Exactly. We need practical facts about how the Grey Host was defeated at Bankerai Garrison. Hope... Well, this isn't at all what I expected. What happened here? Nice camp, I suppose.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you here for a tour? I'm afraid they've all been suspended until this mess with the Imperial Army is resolved. If I could offer a suggestion, turn around. As you can plainly see, now is not a good time. My fellow scholars and I fled when Septima Tharn and her Daedra-worshipping zealots attacked. We barely got it. You did? Why didn't any of the knights report this? No one tells scholars anything. If that's true, and I see no... I'm sorry. Concern for my colleagues and the Pyre Watch warrior who accompanied them has my thoughts in a jumble. Come to think of it, their guardians sworn to watch over a Grey Host burial site located here in Bankerai. One of their warriors was here recruiting when the Podleen and Indus fled in the direction of Evermore with the Pyre Watch warrior, while Jannard headed toward Curtin. Even if my mind wasn't clouded with worry, I'm an expert on the Second Era. My First Era knowledge is extremely limited. The Pyre Watch knows more about the Grey. Thank you, friend. When you return with the scholars safely in tow, we should be able to put our collective heads together and dredge up that ancient history.
This scholar's research doesn't go back to the First Era. And the other scholars fled? That puts a wrinkle in our plans, all right. This pile... I heard. Let's split up and go after them. All take Kerbal's Hollow. You head toward Evermore. Here. Yeah, my brother Fenorian told me about one he encountered. They're the guardians of an ancient mass grave where the remains of the Grey Host are said to be interred. Probably no... Find the scholars, but try not to get eaten by anything.
You there. Come. You don't look like a refugee. Are you a soldier from the garrison? What news of the Imperial attack? Oh, that's wonderful news. Cogleen and I intended to head straight for Evermore. But the cursed Imperials caught up with us. They would... She was. But we ran into Imperials. The Pyre Watch warrior distracted the soldiers and ordered me... I will go to Scholar Deal's camp now. We are most fortunate you came. Other than the fact that they were defeated here centuries ago, not much, I'm afraid. I can tell you Empress Hestra's lead. Alas, you seek facts and figures that I don't have readily at hand. Perhaps when I can retrieve my... I will return to Scholar Deal's camp. May Tall Harbor guide your steps.
You're the first thing I've seen that isn't an undead monstrosity. Oh, lovely. Are you with the garrison? Please, tell me you're here to rescue me. Oh, thanks, Dundar. I thought I could make it to Evermore, but I tired myself out. When I tried to pass through the old graveyard, when the Imperials came after us, she managed to distract them and ordered me to run to the graveyard. I think she headed for the Crypt of the Exiles. Oh, I hope she found shelter within. I'll find Scholar Deal's camp straight away. I am in your debt. If I can do any... The army of monsters that ravaged the First Era? Not really my area of expertise. I study the historical. Well, most scholars agree that the fanciful legend about the Grey Host's defeat is... pardon my orchid.
Come forward, you godless mongrel! My apologies, Wayfarer. The shadows make it difficult to discern friend from foe. You do not look like my enemy. Perhaps Tuwaka has not forsaken me after all. It gladdens my heart to hear that Scholar Deal is safe. But what of the other scholar? That is truly fortunate. As for me, I escaped the Imperials only to find myself... Lead on, Wayfarer. Exit. Let us see the sky once more. I came to Bankurai Garrison seeking recruits for the Pyre Watch. Hunding help us, I did not expect those villains to arrive and send innocent people. The Grey Host was a terrible army of vampires, werewolves, and other monsters that pillaged the land. Only the combined... The true story may be as enthralling as the legends, but we only have bits and pieces of it. I can delve into the records of my order when I return to our sanctum, but understand that the Watch... A Dureni noble. That gives some credence to the historical record. An incomplete parchment meant... I do not know the nature of your mission, Wayfarer, and I still have my own to uphold. But I know precious little. I never visited the site myself. Though incomplete, the historical record indicates the survivor hid in a... There wasn't much. Just that the worthy would be guided to safety. Perhaps that is the key, if you can determine what...
Do not concern yourself with me. My wounds are only superficial. There are many here. You do? I was told the Knights of St. Pellen might return it. But with the attack on the garrison, I had given up. This old sentinel will be thrilled at the return of the Memory Stone. It is a sacred relic, you know. Michaela Leckie was the greatest sword singer who ever lived by many people's estimation. And was...
Good. You're back. I found Jannard and I see you've managed to return with the rest. Show off. Now that we settled that matter, what did the Pyre Watch warrior tell you about the Grey Host? I was afraid of that. So much about the First Era has been lost. I wonder if the Pyre Watch knows anything about the other details we learned. About the Survivor and their connection to a Dureni noble. That matches what we already uncovered, and confirms the Dureni connection. Did you find out anything else I should have? A riddle, damn it. There's always a riddle. Well, I say we go to Viridian Watch and figure this out on our own. I'll meet you at Viridian Watch.
Smell the sugar in the air, the honey, the bananas. Oof.
A busy time! The impresario has been talking to visitors all day. Have you by chance spoken to her yet? If not, please do.
Look! There's a sigil, right there. Don't you see it? It makes so much sense. The riddle. Only those worthy can find the way to safety. Only vampires and werewolves can see these sigils. That explains why no one ever found it. That's because you aren't a vampire or a werewolf. Hold on, I've got just the thing. Here, a blood pendant. It lets me share some of my vampiric essence so you can see the sigils too. It's perfectly safe. At least, Fenorian said it was harmless. We follow the sigils, of course. The Grey Host survivor must have used these as a guide, and they were made for that specific purpose. Another one. Keep going west. Another one. Keep going west. Don't lose that blood pendant. Since you're not a vampire, it's the only way for you to see the sigils. Besides, it contains some of my blood. I'm trusting you with that. Come on, let's follow the sigil. Another one. Keep going west. South here. Not that we have a choice. East, down that tunnel. Let's go south. Up those steps. East here. And down again.
Thought I'd never escape.
Another one, northeast around this corner. Another one, northeast around this corner. Keep going straight. I think we're close. Ha! This must be it! Now how to go about opening it. That's done it. Let's check inside. Rada al-Saran was a survivor. That figures. And Lady Thorn helped him. Or should I say, Lady Ingrid. Looks like he had quite the setup down here. I'm surprised that's lasted all this time. Wait, what's that? Let me see it. I recognize this signet, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. No, this can't be. But I've seen this signet before, or one just like it. My mentor, Count Verandis, had one. But why would... You're right, of course. There must be something we're missing. We need answers, and there's only one place to find them. Ravenwatch Castle in Rivenspire. Let's go. I'll explain more when we get there. I need... Over here! Over here! Good, you made it. So, I've had some time to think. I know this may seem a little unorthodox, but I want to go in... Yes, but we just learned that Count Verandis, my friend, my mentor, and the leader of House Ravenwatch possesses a Grey Host signet. That disturbs me, and I'm not disturbed easily. I want to investigate this. I don't want to do that until I have more information. Verandis and we're... Look, I'm not just... Verandis stores relics he's collected over the centuries in the castle cellar. Always keeps the door locked tight. This way. The door's over here. And down we go. Watch out for vermin. We don't fumigate down here as often as we should. Let's hurry to the cellar. I'm fairly certain I can get it unlocked. Give me a moment. Hurry now. Inside. See if you can find the signet. It must be in one of these crates or boxes. Another secret door? I didn't know that was here. It has the same mark as the signet. Maybe. It opened. Let's see what's inside. What is this place? Did Verandis use this as a secret study? Check the desk, would you? That letter. What does it say? Letter. Please tell me it's just an old to-do list or something, and not actually proof that the man I trusted with my life was involved with the Grey Host. What? Verandis, how could you? I don't want to believe it, and yet here it is, right before my very eyes. Why didn't he ever tell me? I thought I knew everything. It's possible that castle no longer exists, but I want to go. I refuse to believe Verandis was part of the Grey Host. There has to be more to this. Some piece of the puzzle that makes sense of everything. Are you still with me? Thank you. The cart's still waiting outside. We'll take it to the docks and travel by boat from there as we follow this map. Go on ahead. I want to take one more look around. Make sure... think I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Delaying the inevitable won't help anyone, and it won't get me the answers I need. Come on, let's go see what's on this secret island. Answers, I hope. Look, I have to do this. I'm going to see this journey through. That letter we found. I can't believe Verandis was part of something as evil as the Grey Host. I guess we follow the map. We'll take the cart to Shornhelm's coast, hire a ship, and sail to the spot indicated on the back of the letter. Look around, and hopefully find nothing. Determine this was just all a big misunderstanding. That Verandis was never a member of the Grey Host. This still doesn't feel entirely real. I can't believe we found a letter tying Verandis to the Grey Host. We discovered a signet that looks just like one my mentor, Count Verandis, used to have. A signet that belonged to Rada. Not much. The letter mentioned a name, Greyhome. Kind of pretentious if you ask me. And there's supposed to be a castle. If it's still there after all these centuries, I don't know what to think. Maybe he was forced to join them, or lied to, or tricked, or... You know what? No, but I'm sure it was the same as the one from Viridian Watch. Not that it matters. You read the damn letter. It proves... I don't know what... This is where the map led us. A lovely and ominous spot for a foreboding Grey Host castle, don't you think? While it seems obvious to start with the unnecessarily ostentatious vampire castle over there, I think we should survey the island first. The Grey Host may be gone, but they could have left traps. I don't know, something gothic and ridiculous. I don't like to generalize, but vampires tend toward the dramatic. Just be careful. We won't learn anything about Veranda. Did you see that? That crystal thing clearly reacted. It pulsed as I approached it. Well, it hasn't exploded or fried us to a crisp yet, so I'm thinking no. Probably not. I've seen something like this before, part of a war. Now that they're awake, it should be simple enough to deactivate them. I'm not sure if your eyes are as good as mine, but I think I see a few more up ahead. I'll keep watch while you deal with the crystals. Well done. Let's go deal with the rest of the ward crystals. You're pretty good at this. Good job. Let's find another ward crystal. Definitely a rumble. Let's go check the castle. The way looks clear. Let's see if we can get inside. I hate to admit it, but this place is impressive. This place must have been impressive back in the day, but now it's just decrepit. Looks like it's been abandoned for centuries. Luck. The members of House Ravenwatch exchange vials of their own blood. That shows a rare level of trust, even among vampires, since blood can be used in all sorts of spells. By putting a drop of his blood in this potion, we can dreamwalk and access any memories Verandis has of this place. I'll leave it here on the table for when you're ready. Dangerous? Not usually. The potion mixes alchemy and magic. Verandis' own design. It lets the imbiber experience the memories of the person whose blood is...
Exarch Verandis, while we have your crates moved to your study, Exarch Singalis and Ulfra would like a word. It is good to see you, Exarch Verandis. Lord Rada al-Saran will be pleased you accepted his invitation. You have been terribly missed. Exarchs Ulfra and Singalis asked me to send you to... Of course, Lord Verandis. My apologies. Exarch Ulfra likes to look out over the courtyard from the eastern balcony. Exarch Singalis rarely leaves his laboratory on the upper level. Both want to see you. Can you smell them, Verandis? Prey on the wind. We should be out hunting. When you see Lord Rada al-Saran, do not continue your age-old argument. He needs to, as were you, until Molag Bal made you into something more, something worthy. Lord, the wolf does not fear 1,000 rabbits. It merely enjoys the bounty her scene has provided. Humans, no matter how large their pathetic armies grow, will never threaten us. Come to your senses, Verandis. You're a fool, Verandis. You always have been. Why does Lord Rada al-Saran continue to humor you? We don't need you on the Grey Council. You aren't even fit to be one. Grey Home is impressive. I won't deny that. But I detest all this sitting around and debating. I'm a hunter. I ache to feel a mortal writhe in my grasp, to watch their blood spray against the dirt. Don't you? Why do I even try to talk to you about such things? Lord
Verandis, look! It's wonderful! Such pretty lights. Oh, I'll admit I do miss the trees. But everyone is so friendly here, and the food, there's so much of it. Delicious squirm. Oh, but that's no fun, is it? It's like hunting a beast in a cage. Where's the challenge? No,
Verandis. Good. I wanted to talk to you. I never tire of looking at this creation. Tell me again, why did you abandon your stone? Is that what bothers you? One small failure and you abandon such promising research. You had the opportunity to seize control. Cost? Pah! What cost? Mortals are as cheap and plentiful as grains of sand on a beach. Once you mastered your creation, how can you be so misguided? Mortals are so far beneath us they cannot even comprehend their own inadequacy. How I have missed our endless debates, my friend. How deep and fascinating discussions about science and philosophy. I've been quite successful in your absence. Rada al-Saran discovered a strange relic beneath the Reach. I spent weeks examining it. I'd prefer not to draw any conclusions until I've had time to examine it at length.
Verandis, my friend. At long last. How good to see you, Verandis, my old friend. You look well. Our halls have felt quite empty without you. What do you think of our new home? To parley with the mortal queen? I have, but my stance has not changed. The Grey Host's strength has grown over the centuries. What mortals gain from an alliance with us is obvious. But what benefit do we receive from them? King Styric and our Grey Host, for such a brilliant mind who helped conceive our Grey Council, you can be so short-sighted, Verandis. I will say this. Enough talk of alliances and mortals. It has been too long since we last saw one another, Verandis. Let us speak of better times. Drink the blood offered, and contemplate the tremendous... Of course, Verandis. I know you too well to think you would let the topic go so easily. I promise, we will speak of it again. There is no need to rush. And yet you waste years away from your family, caring for those who live short and meaningless lives. Ah, Verandis. Good. You cannot imagine how much I have leaned upon them in your absence. It should please you to know that They understand little that does not serve their own needs. They do not understand why we started the Grey Council, or what an asset you are to them. We have talked, and I have listened. I have humored your ideals far longer than they deserve. I invited you because you will flourish here, Verondis. You belong here. Your dream and mine are similar, my friend, but they are not the same. This friction between us, it thins my patience.
Lord Verondis, I apologize for the delay. The study is ready for you. Everything is ready for you, my lord. We moved your belongings into the study and provided all the reagents you requested.
Easy, friend. It's time to wake up. Find the Dream Walk potion and drink it. You cried out in your sleep just before you woke up. What happened? Are you all right? Oh, that would explain it. Don't worry, it's not you. It's almost impossible to read in a dream walk. But did you say Verondis' study? He had a study in this terrible place? Was he truly a member of the Grey Host? Sounds like Verondis. That's why he founded the Raven Watch after all. To allow vampires like us to gather safely. Only feed on willing subjects, and help mortals instead. Then, he didn't lie to me. He's still the man I know and trust. He left out a few things, of course, but I'll deal with that another time. His scent lingers in this place. Did you find the journal? What's it say? The journal was still here? Amazing! What did it say? Let me see that. Huh. Ritual's simple enough. Just light some candles and place the reliquary. When a vampire dies, our souls go to Cold Harbor. We can use that to our advantage. If we want answers, why not go straight to the source? Let's resurrect one of these Grey Host leaders. A member of this Grey Council Verondis wrote about. Why not? They're evil. Who cares what the ritual does to them? We have to interrogate them and find some weakness. Some way to stop the Grey Host. Go downstairs and find the reliquary Verondis wrote about. Get the reliquary and meet me in the ritual chamber. That's a stone husk, all right. Light the candles to begin the ritual. Good. Now place the reliquary. The ritual. It's working. Don't worry, Exile. We've got questions.
So hungry.
Fine. You want to fight? Let's do this. We just want to talk. What are you doing here?
Who do you think sealed this place, child? I came as soon as my wards were disturbed.
Verondis, you should have told me about the Grey Council.
So you know, Gwendis. Come, let us all speak outside. So you're the one who helped my ward Gwendis with her inquiries. If I had been completely honest with her, I could have saved you both the trouble. Please, accept my apologies. That was the ancient past. There was no reason to mention my involvement with the Grey Host. I never imagined they would return. Rada al-Saran, you saw? Then know that I regret not trying harder. If I pushed, could I have averted the war? I suppose we'll never know. Regardless. Now I take up the mantle of what you and Gwendis started. We must find out what this revived Grey Host plans, and devise a way to stop them. When the time comes, House Ravenwatch will send for you. I pray you will continue to aid us.
I started looking for information about the Grey Host and discovered that my mentor had a hand in their creation. Verandis may have kept his past a secret, but at least we know he opposed their plans for conquest. He wasn't a part of it. I heard what he said. I'm still angry that he kept this part of his past a secret. But we'll work it out. Eventually. In the meantime, at least I know... Of course. There's too much at stake to let a few secrets get in our way. I'll help in whatever way I can. And once we know more, we'll send for you. I figure you want to see how this ends just as much as we do. Take this, my friend. You earned it. For helping me learn more about Rada al-Saran and the Grey Host. And for discovering the true connection between Verandis and the Grey Council. When you're ready for a reckoning, House Ravenwatch will contact you. So, any 1,000-year-old secrets I should know about?
Do you really want to hear all the sordid details of my past, Gwendis?
From the south!